We finally have the first real details on My Day's kit, and honestly, it's looking pretty interesting. If you've been following leaks and speculation, you probably already know that My Day has been compared to Blade and Jingliu because of his HP manipulation mechanics. But now that we have more solid information, we can get a better idea of how he actually plays. So, in this video, let's take a deep dive into everything we know about My Day so far. My Day is officially an imaginary destruction character, which means he's going to be a hard-hitting, self-sustaining DPS. Destruction units tend to have a balance of offense and survival, and My Day seems to follow that pattern while adding his own twist. Starting with his basic attack, it deals imaginary DMG based on his max HP to a single enemy. That's already a good sign. It means his entire kit is likely HP scaling, which is usually great for durability-focused DPS units. His skill consumes a percentage of his max HP and then deals imaginary DMG based on his HP to a single target and near enemies. This confirms that he has self-sacrificing mechanics similar to Blade, but with cleave-style AoE rather than pure single-target damage. Then we have his ultimate, which unleashes imaginary damage based on his max HP to a single enemy and near targets, but also restores a percentage of his HP. So, unlike Blade, who relies on external healing or passive regen, My Day has built-in sustain within his kit. This setup gives him a mix of Blade's HP-draining mechanics and Jingliu's AoE pressure, making him a self-reliant bruiser DPS with a natural healing loop. My Day's HP stacking mechanic seems to be a core part of his kit, though it hasn't been explicitly outlined in his abilities yet. Based on what we know, his max HP increases over time, most likely through his talent or traces. This could mean that as he uses his skill and ultimate, both of which consume and restore HP, he gradually builds up a higher max HP pool, boosting both his durability and damage output. Now, here's where things get a little tricky. According to Nushen, there's no abundance character in the game right now who can properly heal My Day, not even Luocha. That's a pretty shocking claim because Luocha has been one of the most universally effective healers in the game. On top of that, My Day doesn't work well with Castorise or Tribi, meaning some of the most recent and upcoming characters won't have great synergy with him either. That raises a big question. Does My Day need a dedicated support, or is he meant to be entirely self-sufficient? If his ultimate healing is strong enough, it's possible that he doesn't actually need an abundance character at all. Instead, he might function like Blade, where sustain comes from within his own kit, and the main concern is keeping his HP at the right threshold to maximize damage. This also suggests that My Day's ideal supports might not be healers, but rather buffers, shielders, or characters who help him cycle his abilities faster. Someone like Ruan Mei or even Fu Xuan could be more useful for My Day than a traditional abundance healer. Since early leaks, My Day has been compared to Blade and Jingliu, and now that we have more info, that comparison still holds up. Like Blade, My Day spends HP to deal damage and has a built-in way to recover HP. But while Blade relies on passive healing over time and follow-ups, My Day's sustain is directly tied to his ultimate, making him more burst-oriented than Blade. People are already calling My Day Blade Pro Max, and honestly, it makes sense. His HP can stack up to 30k, meaning his damage potential is insane. Instead of Blade's passive healing, My Day sacrifices HP for big bursts and relies on his ultimate to restore himself. From what we know so far, My Day looks very promising. Imaginary destruction is a strong niche, and he seems to bring self-sustain, AoE damage, and a Blade-style playstyle with an ultimate-based healing twist. However, the lack of clear synergy with current supports is a bit concerning. If he doesn't work with existing abundance characters, players might struggle to find the best team for him until future updates introduce better support options. Still, if you're a fan of high-risk, high-reward playstyles and like the idea of a self-sustaining DPS that trades HP for damage, My Day could be an excellent pick. What do you think of My Day's kit so far? Are you planning to pull for him, or are you waiting for more details? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future updates. See you in the next one. If you want to save up to 23% on Fugue and Firefly banners, visit lootbar.gg. All you need is your UID and server. The link is in the description.